Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for July 25th, 2011. This is Patrick Ceresna. As always, we start off with a chart of the S&P 500 using that spider exchange traded fund symbol SPY. We were looking for major support to come in around the 130, 131 area and saying that so long as the bulls contained all the selling down to there, that in fact it would more than likely turn bullish and go for a test of the year highs. We more or less saw exactly that happen as the lows came in, and the remainder of the week was spent rallying back towards the 135, 136 overhead resistance. The highest price of the SPY was actually around 137, so there is a chance that early this week we should see some follow through that not only tests this focal point, but may even actually pop its head above to test that 52-week high. In the bigger picture, there's still room for there to be one more hiccup this summer with the markets coming back down to major support lines at some stage, but overall it's becoming a diminishing probability that there's going to be a market crash or some major correction. It appears that this entire correction has been more of a sideways event rather than a downwards one, which means that as soon as this summer consolidation is over, the S&P 500 should become relatively bullish going into the second half of the year. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is the symbol JLO, and we had a very temporary breakdown below our support line at the 2250 area, and the market almost immediately popped it right back above. We still have a distinct downtrend in place, but if this attempted breakdown and subsequent reversal was just a fake out, if we have any rallies back towards the $24 area on the upside, we may have actually been seeing a bottoming formation occurring in this consolidation, and any subsequent breaks over the next month above the 2450 area could actually turn the regional banks bullish. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. Essentially, this is one of the most bullish sectors right now in the marketplace. We've had a nice, healthy consolidation that held at the 134, 136 focal point and subsequently reversed up this week. If we now have an attempt to break out into new 52-week highs on the Syndex, if they make this stick, we should see a nice push all the way up to 145 to 150 on the upside. But the way it's bullish, you could definitely be targeting the 150 if there's some nice momentum behind this break. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is a symbol RUF, and we were talking about that breakdown being relatively bearish, but we drew in that blue box basically suggesting that so long as the bulls held the support lines above that 8820 area, that in fact we may see formations of things like double bottoms along the downside. While it's too early to officially become bullish on home builders, if that ends up being a double bottom and we see some nice positive price action back to the 920 area on the upside, and subsequently no new lower lows during any sell-offs, then the home builders may in fact start basing off of these support lines. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is a symbol FUM. Had a very bullish reversal last week that continued to follow through all week. We're now going for a direct test of that 141, 143 area where the highs of the year occurred. Really at this stage, that we do anticipate there to be probably some profit taking off of that overhead resistance level, but it will not change our bigger picture bullish outlook for this index. So long as all sell-offs off these levels are contained to just 5 points or so on the downside, it will all reverse bullishly and cause a breakout to 150, even 160 on the upside over the next month or two. Finally, I want to take a look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is the symbol UKX. And the FTSE has really been stuck in a very sideways consolidation range-bound market. We've tightened up that focal point on the downside to the 560, 570 area. Because really what's happening is we're just simply bouncing off the overhead resistance down to the support down below and back and forth. At some juncture, the FTSE may become relatively bullish and actually make an attempt to break out higher. But in order for us to see that scenario, we would have to see the whole global marketplace become relatively bullish. So we're watching that S&P 500, the DAX, and a whole series of other global indices to just see when and how the global markets shape up for a rally. And when they do, the FTSE should finally break this sideways range, and more than likely bullishly. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.